Hey everybody, Dr. Phil here. This is going to be a quick video on building the brand in the wider context of marketing management. Let's go ahead and jump in. So obviously brands play many roles. No other product element conveys more information about the company than a brand. Brand strategy refers to the unique elements of a brand that defines the products that are sold by the firm. And we can see on the right the example with Tommy Hilfiger, which epitomizes the value of a strong brand on fashion apparel. So what about customer brand roles? So brands convey information about the product. Brands educate the customer about the product. Brands also help reassure the customer in the purchase decision. Brands also offer legal protection for the product through a trademark. That would be obtained through the Patents and Trademarks Office. Brands offer an effective and efficient methodology for categorizing products. For example, 3M makes Post-it and also Command products. And what about competitor brand roles? Well, market-leading brands provide competitors with a benchmark against which to compete. So, for example, companies like Xiaomi and Transsion compare their phones to the market leaders like Samsung to highlight additional features they provide, often at a lower price. Now, a good branding strategy will not overcome a poorly designed product that fails to deliver on the value proposition. There's got to be a real, identifiable, and meaningful difference among products in the market space and to create a brand identity. Brands can be kept current through rebranding, which is the process of changing a company's primary brand elements, such as the logo, image, or tagline. We certainly see firms do that. Brand equity speaks to a set of assets and liabilities linked to a brand's name and symbol that adds to or subtracts from the value provided by a product or service to a firm or that firm's customers. So what about standalone or family branding? So what is the sort of the difference here? Standalone brands separate the company from the brand, which insulates the company if there's a problem with the brand, but are expensive and offer little or no synergy between company brands. Family branding advantages and disadvantages are exactly the opposite. One negative event will reflect on firm as a whole. So a company can expand product categories if they so wish or so desire through category extension. So national brands are sold around the country under the same brand. This creates efficiencies in marketing, communications, and distribution. It'll have a higher perceived quality and typically enjoy a premium price. Store brands are when large retailers create a store brand to market their own products. Stores contract with national manufacturers like P&G, Procter& and Gamble, and compete with national brands through lower prices. Licensing occurs when companies offer other manufacturers the right to use the brand in exchange for a set fee or percentage of sales. This is good because there's little risk, it generates additional revenue, it extends the brand and builds brand associations with new users. It must be monitored closely for product quality and brand image protection. An example would be movies that license their brand with other companies. Now, co-branding joins two or more well-known brands in a common product or takes two brands and markets them in a partnership. So the advantages of co-branding are the strength of each brand supports the other, it opens up new markets, and it lowers marketing communication costs. However, the disadvantages are a loss of control, negative effect if one brand has problems, and of course, overexposure. So the different approaches to co-branding. One is a joint venture, between two firms. They come together. A company could combine two of its own products, or multiple companies may form a new branded product where they all sort of chip in on the R&D, research and development. Now, the product package and label perform critical roles in support of the brand. It protects the product, obviously. It protects customers from unauthorized access to the product because it should be sealed, and it hopefully prevents product theft. What about communication? If we look at the examples with the Coke bottles, it certainly gives information about the product. It's part of the overall marketing strategy. It also creates a competitive advantage because obviously that symbol Coca-Cola is now sort of synonymous with that brand, pervasive all over the world. What about connecting to the customer? Package design and imagery fosters a connection between the brand and the customer. So like here we see Gerber's, and of course we see the the picture of the baby on the packaging. When we think about aesthetics, we think about typically the color and design of the packaging. And what we're looking to do is we're trying to harmonize it with all of the marketing mix elements. What about labeling? So there are certain legal requirements for labeling. There are certain things that, regulators, mandate must be on there. There may be some consumer requirements, and then perhaps also some marketing requirements. Okay, last thing I want to talk about in this video real quick was warranties, because general and specific warranties are worth understanding the difference. General warranties make broad promises about product performance and customer satisfaction. They also allow customers to return a product for a variety of reasons. Compare that to specific warranties, which offer explicit product performance promises related to components of the product. So auto warranties are specific. So, it's not just for the whole car, it's, for the engine, it's for the drivetrain, or for the tires. So, pay attention when you're buying things to, like what kind of warranty are you getting? If it's a general warranty, then you're generally better off, but it could be a specific warranty. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in a future video.